Good morning, bedheads. Click. How's it going today? Karen from Ask the Spirit Guides. I hope you're doing well. Did you miss me over the last couple of days? I still posted a few things, so I did miss having coffee with you, though, for sure. Um, it was nice taking a little break, I have to say, but yesterday there was stuff going on, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to do coffee with Karen. So here we are. Guess what? The mug shop is officially open. Click. You can get your own Shit Shield activated mug now. Or if you prefer, we have one that says Spirit Shield, which, a lot of people would prefer. So if you don't like the whole swearing thing. So, anyways, the link is below in the description of this video. So go check it out. We're having 30% off. We decided to do like a grand opening with 30% off. So check them out. There's a whole bunch of other designs and we'll be adding more. So, all right. We got a lot to talk about today. I have a message from the SGs, which we will all use with discretion. It's kind of interesting. We can talk a little bit, and then I've got some answers from the angels using this deck. Okay, so I've actually already pulled the cards because I pulled one last night. I was asking them about what, just a message of what was going on. And just because I was curious to start using this deck. And so I decided I would share that message today, and we'll talk to the SGs a little bit too. Okay. So I think the good news is, I don't know if you guys have noticed, if you haven't been paying attention, good for you. It's actually better. I actually tried really hard the last 2 days to not, one, I wasn't really recording a lot. And I tried not to watch a lot of YouTube so that I could get out of the weeds, and just stay big picture in life and just live my life. And it was really, really nice. So, but I kept getting little glimpses of things here and there. It's really hard not to when F45 is in office. It's really hard not to because there's just always something going on. So I find it really interesting. I don't know if you guys heard, but Leon sent an email to all federal workers that said, report in what you did last week. And if you don't send an email back, we'll consider that a resignation. I mean, can you even imagine? Like, talk about inefficiency. This guy's supposed to be efficient, and this is inefficient. So that's how he's going to let the next round of people go, because maybe they missed the email, maybe they were on vacation. Like, what if you're on vacation and you don't respond? And I'm sure that like the managers are panicking, like they have to spend their time now trying to find people who are on vacation this week because they're supposed to send an email in. I mean, it's just, and who's going to actually read those emails? How many federal workers do we have? A lot. Where's my phone? A lot. We have less now than we did. What'd you guys think of this? I hate to even show his face because I know it's hard to look at him, but. Okay, so this is actually really good that he's doing stuff like this because I think he's just testing the waters. But the best news is, did you see, and I'm going to look up how many federal workers we have. Did you see some of the town halls that are taking place? The Republican town halls? Oh my gosh. That's why I wanted to do a coffee with Karen yesterday. I was like, I got to get on here and talk about this. The best. So very encouraging. 2 in Wisconsin. I was like, yeah. One was in Georgia. The first one I saw was in Georgia. That one was kind of going around the internet on YouTube yesterday. And it's kind of interesting because I had to ask myself, like, are those Republicans in the room saying these things, or are those Democrats showing up to Republican town halls? I don't know. Like, I'm pretty sure anyone can show up to those town halls. How many federal employees are there? So, oh, I guess they're not going to give me, yeah, here. how many federal employees? 2.9 million. 2.9 million. So, oh my gosh. So he's acting like he's the boss of all of those people because that's what a boss would do. A boss would say, "Hey, send me an email about what you did last week just so I can, get aware of what's going on and how I can be supportive or whatever." Yeah, he's acting like he's the supervisor of everybody. Oh my God. Okay, so yeah, the town halls are amazing. Amazing. This is what we've been waiting for. This is what we've been waiting for. I hope those are all Republican voters in those town halls. I really do. I don't know if they are. If you know, please let's have some discussion about this. Okay, what do you know? What do you know? Let's have some discussion about this in comments. Okay. So I think that "Long Live the King" image that I just showed you was really like you would think like one of the last straws. I mean, you would think like the last straws would have happened like, 7 years ago, but whatever. So because here's the thing is that image, the Trump and long live the king, that came out from the White House. They tweeted that from the White House. This guy is not very smart. His approval rating is down 11%. At first, like people a week ago, they were reporting his approval rating. And I know people are going to be like, the polls or whatever, but people pay attention to the polls. And so, we'll just take it with a grain of salt, but I'm not going to take it with a grain of salt when they're down 11%. But when they were reporting that it was at 53%, I was like, no, there's no way. That was a week and a half ago. Well, now it's down 11%. Leon's is down 20. Leon's is at 25%. His approval rating. Oh my gosh. I guess, and a cut, clear, cancel that I'm kind of mocking their demise. So that's not really good energy, is it? That's not good. Probably bring some karma to me. So let's not mock their demise. It's more of okay, cut, clear, cancel for me because I've been sitting here laughing about it. It just brings a little bit of relief, I think, from all the stress that we've been feeling. But let's just remember the bigger picture, and that's what we're going to talk about in a second. But the spiritual perspective. Remember, the last time we had coffee, I had talked about we had gotten that message in the Golden Circle, the book that we're reading, and I'm not the Golden Circle. I combined the Spirit Circle and the Golden Future. The Golden Future is the book. I'll link it below. Anytime I talk about stuff, you guys, I just link them below. Other channels, whatever. Okay, so it was always just to kind of be reminded. I think I put it in my February notes. Maybe I didn't. I don't think I wrote, actually, I have not taken my notes yet for the Golden Future. I have a section in my bullet journal for the Golden Future. So as I read stuff, today actually, we're moving on to chapter 5 in the Spirit Circle next week. But anyways, but it did basically say like always kind of look at things from a higher spiritual perspective. And that's exactly what we try to do on this channel and in the community with you guys, with all your comments and your chatting with each other. So, speaking of chatting, we're going to keep doing premieres and we're just testing them out. And premieres means that you guys can talk to each other in the chat, basically. It just gives the functionality of that, which is really nice. So I don't think I'll be in there today, but Lob will probably be in there tonight. So, okay. Let's see. So yeah, so just, as we watch the FAFOs, F around and find out, just keep as neutral as possible because we just, or do a cut, clear, cancel, do a clearing, something like that, because you don't want that. You don't want to be cheering other people's demise, because that can come back to you, and we don't want that in our lives. We don't want people cheering our demise. Does that make sense? Or even having that energy come back to us where we might experience some demise. So we'll just be careful about that. I'm glad I caught myself. But yeah, take a look at the town halls if you have not seen them. Just type in town halls. Actually, Marcia's texting me. She might actually end up being in the chat this morning. If you just on YouTube type in town halls, you'll see a bunch of them probably. Republican town halls. It's good. It's really good. It's really good. It's just so nice to see. I'm like, yes, yes. They're realizing that he completely lied, and that's not their fault. He completely lied to them. So it's just a matter of what, resources they were using. So, okay. So I did open up this deck. One video I did last night was I had 6 Oracle decks, including one that a community member had sent me. And I wanted to open them really bad. So I did that video last night. I'll post it right here. And so, this was when I opened, I did some clearing on it, and I wanted to ask some questions with it because it was angel answers. And I just love this one because I like some of these decks where you can get some more direct answers. So improving health. It depends on what your question is. Ask your angels. Yes, you get a yes. Listen to your intuition. Okay. So a whole bunch of, there's 44 cards. So last night I asked about the state of the F-45 administration. That's all I did. I said, just give me a message about that, about where they're at, about just in general. It was a very general question. Okay. This was the card I got. Wait. But I really like the message. Okay. I really like the message for this. And the message is, your situation is going to require a little patience. Your angels are not saying no, but they are saying not yet. Sometimes heaven needs a little extra time to make all the pieces fall perfectly into place. I love this part. What you are asking for may have an effect on the lives of others. We really have to remember that. As much as we want things to happen fast, depends on whatever in your life or politically or, we have to remember that when what you are asking, which again, I was asking about F-45 and his administration, what you are asking for may have an effect on the lives of others. When that occurs, it can take additional preparation to make sure that everyone's needs are seen to. And I love that. I love that because as spiritual light workers, of course that matters to us, right? Even obviously those who voted for him because they just didn't know. Again, there's a real brainwashing that's been going on for many, many years. So, and this, we've been seeing it and now it's coming out now. So that's good. So be patient so that all who are involved can have the experience they're meant to have. That's the other part of higher spiritual perspective. So this message was very high spiritual perspective, in my opinion. Not just the way, they're working on it, but what you are asking for may have an effect on other lives. So anytime you ask for anything in your life, it may have an effect on other people's lives. And because it does, that's why just patience is needed. Okay. So when that occurs, it can take additional preparation to make sure that everyone's needs are seen to. I mean, how beautiful is that? Be patient so that all who are involved can have the experience they're meant to have. I just love that whole paragraph. That's going in my bullet journal today. I love that whole paragraph. Okay. Then I did ask, now I have to say thank you to somebody. Lee. Oh my gosh, Lee. Seriously, this is another Lee. I got a coffee cup from a different Lee the last week. Lee, these are amazing. So you guys know that I was using, I put it away already. I was like, I don't need to use that. I was using my pendulum, my little paper pendulum. It was like this big, made out of cardboard, like little piece of paper. And I got these new pendulums from Lee, who makes wreaths. Okay. She actually handmade these, and they're the perfect size. Absolutely love it. You must have been listening to me, Lee, because look there's two different ones. So it's not too crowded, which I really enjoy. And I actually did use both of these because today I said, well, what words do you have? No, I said, how many words? No, do you have a message first? And they said, yes. And then I said, I pulled this and I said, well, how many words? And they said 3. Okay. So that was awesome. But you know what's really amazing? And I love these. They're just super, they're nice and firm. So Lee, thank you. Lee does make, this is just to thank Lee and for thinking about me. She doesn't sponsor this video, but you can find plywreathsigns.com, PLY wreathsigns.com. And she doesn't have these on her website. So if she can make you a set of these, because she makes the wreaths, but check out the wreaths. And then if you want, you could email her. Just go to the website. You could contact her through the website. Okay. So Lee, thank you so much. Seriously. I mean, I was like, oh my gosh. These are so cool. These are so cool. And if you sent me things, don't worry. I'm getting to you. So amazing. Okay. So I used this for the message this morning because I'm going to be using these from now on. And they fit so perfectly in my little drawer too. This was the message. And this is, again, could feel a little bit like fear mongering. So we're going to ask the SG some clarifying questions, but I asked them for a message today, and if you don't want to hear it, click off. Click. Pause. Turn it off. Okay. If you do, then we're taking responsibility for owning how we're going to respond to the message. Okay. And I appreciate the message. I am learning that just because we get a message now doesn't mean that it's like going to be in my immediate vicinity, or, or it's going to happen like as soon as what they say or whatever. Okay. We're just taking things one day at a time, getting messages. Okay. So the message today, and then I will tell you what I clarified with them, is risk high now. Now, Dana from the Magic Somatic Money, again, I will list her her YouTube channel below. For like the last 10 days ago, she said the next 10 days are going to be really rocky. Okay. So let's look at the messages. Now, again, timeline shift because, well, especially now, the reason things are moving so fast is because the whole world is dramatic right now. The whole world is up in arms. I mean, at least 50%, the people who are paying attention. Okay. And so the emotions of the world are up and down, up and down, up and down. So as you can imagine, stuff just is shifting, And if I look at the pendulum messages over the last week, so they weren't really, So like the 18th, today's the 23rd. So I didn't ask messages the last 2 days. I just took a little break. Okay. So on the 18th, it was patience today, and then coup. They did spell that out. The 19th, it was very soon. The 20th is want no damage. And we did specifically clarify with them. That's why they're being very careful. And remember what the card just said today about wait. You know, they're being very careful because there's a lot of things involved, And not the humans as well. I think that's why they're being very careful, but also the spiritual world. Okay. So want no damage was the message on the 20th. So when I look at my pendulum messages, these were after Dana did this was after. So stuff obviously shifted because she was saying over the last 10 days, and she's got major connection. So I am not doubting her at all. But I'm wondering now, because this is basically what she was saying over the last 10 days. So I'm wondering now if the shift has happened, that what she was talking about 10 days ago is now moving into that. Okay. So, because she kept saying, just be very visually aware, like be aware of where you're at, what you're doing. Okay. Because people are getting really angry right now. And so I don't know, we're going to ask the SGs like what risk high now means. And in fact, I did ask them specifically with the pendulum I said, what risk is high now? So what is it? What risk? And they said safety. Okay. So again, this is not for fear mongering. This is just for preparation. And hopefully we could actually send love and light to this right now so that nobody's safety, even though we want changes, that people stay safe. Okay. So let's send that energy like right now. Put your little hearts out there. I know you guys are in the chat right now. Put your little hearts out there. Send all the hearts out right now. Okay. So that we can have an influence on the safety. So rather than being afraid of these messages, let's utilize them to send love, prayers, and remember, it's for everybody's highest good. Okay. So we want to not get in the way of things that are for everybody's highest good, but that, whatever love we can send out there to make it as kind and gentle and comfortable as possible while people still learn whatever they're learning, while they go through the things they're learning. It might be us, it might be, who knows. Okay. So then this morning, after I got that message, I said, well, what do you want to say about that? And I actually pulled an angel card from here. Okay. And this was the message I got within the next few weeks. So what that's telling me is risk high now, safety risk high now within the next few weeks. Okay. But the message in the book is very interesting about within the next few weeks. So within the next few weeks, what you asked about or what you ask about will happen this month or soon thereafter. Your patience is rewarded. Your patience is rewarded. And remember, the first card was wait. Wait. Heaven needs a little extra time to make all the pieces fall perfectly into place. So we can pray right now, send your love and energy out to help, just to say, yes, I am being patient so that all the pieces can fall into place. Thank you for the reminder, because so many lives are affected right now, and we want this to be as low as possible, right? So that's why our patience is needed. So, but then this card within the next few weeks says your patience is rewarded. So that's very cool. Okay. So I think there's a lot from a higher spiritual perspective that we can glean here. And what I really like that just came to me was, as we consider high risk now, safety, high risk and safety, is that we just pray that, we'll be as patient as we have to. Like, I think we need to shift our, it's like, okay, we can hang on, whatever needs to happen so that people's safety is being considered to their highest good, and in hopes that things will be as calm and clear and gentle as possible as any shifts that are happening in the world take place. Okay? So I like that. I think we can have an effect on that, each and every one of us, Okay, so let's just ask the SGs a few things. I feel like I'm not sure I have any more questions, but you guys might have questions. And honestly, I'm going to, just let us know if you have questions. And then I was thinking, well, I could just ask them tonight, but it might be too hard for us to coordinate that much because that involves other people. So I shouldn't promise that. Okay, so I close my aura to all but my higher self, the God consciousness, my guides and guardians, and ask Archangel Michael to please protect this channel so it's only of the light. Amen. Hey, you guys. Good morning. All right. So your message, let's just clarify, was that message from you, safety, risk, high now? Yes. Okay. And is that globally? Yes. Okay. Is it a concern for any of us individually? Okay, so yes. Okay. Is it best? What about people traveling? I hate to even ask this question because if you have travel plans, if people have travel plans over the next, I really hate to ask this because if they come back and say yes, and then you change your travel plans and then nothing happens, you're going to be like, what the? But again, we're all taking responsibility for how we respond to this information, right? Right? Okay. But again, tap into your own intuition and use your own divination tools and guidance, okay? And it just depends on where you're going, too. It just depends on where you're traveling. If you're traveling to DC or you're traveling, I don't know, just use your best judgment. So if people have travel plans right now, would you recommend that they stay home? Okay, all right, good. No, I was afraid to ask. Okay. So, but they might have to shelter in place, maybe? Well, there might be a sheltering in place. Okay. Because we did ask this question, I don't know, 4 weeks ago. So, all right. Is this something like over the next 2-week period? Yes. Okay. Is it 100% certain? No. Okay. Good. Do we have any impact when we send love and light to the situation and ask for it to be as calm and gentle on people as possible, especially when safety is a concern? Yes. Okay, good. You guys are probably like, I have this question, I've got these questions, but I don't, the cards really, I'm really, when I go to that higher spiritual perspective and got those messages from those cards, that kind of answers everything I need to know, that it gets me out of the weeds, And really my goal here on this channel, from as much as I can, is to get me and you out of the weeds as much as possible. The weeds being, the town halls and some things we talked about in the beginning. So, all right. Well, I hope this was helpful, and I will see you tomorrow for coffee. But I am doing something tonight. I think, putting out a video tonight. I think I'm going to do something with crystals. Like maybe just, I don't know, some kind of crystal reading tonight. And I did get a package from somebody with crystals. Oh my goodness. I will share those. Oh my goodness. was unbelievable. Okay, so thank you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.